Well, welcome to part 2 of my free, it was given to me, but it's certainly not been free, pot-bellied pig video. I mentioned in the first video that the pig was going to shrink, and he certainly did. Because he was a boar, I'll show you here on the hide here in a minute. He had a big plate which made his chest and shoulders and head look much bigger. Happens on boars. I've had it once other on a full-size pig, and it was much even thicker than this, but it's amazing when you see it. I do want to warn you up front, there's dead animals on this video. To my local friends and family, those folks that know me personally, this is not a surprise. But all the folks out in YouTube land, if you're not into seeing dead animals, this is the perfect time to stop this video and swipe left, right, up, or down, whatever it takes to get you to your next one, because this one's not for you. So, to repeat that, Wilbur, our dearly departed, has now gone on to freezer camp. There's a dead pig coming up in this video in just a moment. Yes, I've said it twice. I'm going to say it one more time. You are about to see the carcass of a dead pig and the hide and head of a dead pig. If that makes you squeamish, if you feel a little woozy, a little lightheaded, sit down, push pause, decide if this is your moment to go on. If it's not, please, you won't hurt my feelings. Thumbs up, thumbs down, swipe left, right, whatever you'd like to do. Leave my channel. Leave me a savory comment if this is not your cup of tea. Otherwise, we're going to move on to the remainder of this video, and I'm going to show you why pot-belly pigs are less than ideal for home butchering. They're just not worth the feed ratio to raise them. I have no idea. Hundreds of dollars probably. At the very least, hundreds of dollars of feed have gone into this pig over the years trying to get it to big. But potbellies don't do big. They do fat. But they're going to stay little. Once you get them back down to their frame, they're small. Alright, here it comes. Last chance. Pause. Stop. Leave. Reminds me of a Sesame Street Golden book. There's a monster at the end of this book. One of my favorites. Grover tries to keep you from turning every page. Please don't turn. Please don't turn. Elmo is turning pages. He is digging to see the monster at the end of this book. And when you get to the end, there's a surprise. If you haven't seen that Golden book, hadn't had a chance to read it to your kids or your grandkids, go buy it. I'm not going to spoil the ending, but I will tell you that this video is similar to that, but not so much. Anyway, here we go. Turning it around. Oh my. Wilbur's wrong side out. So, here's Wilbur. I don't know if you can see, but right along in here is this plate. It is solid. As opposed to this back here, which is just fleshy. This covers their back, their shoulders, their neck, and their chest. You can kind of see it right there along the edge. You can see this other one right here along the edge where it was behind his shoulder blades. Sorry, the camera's kind of dancing around. It is amazing how hard that is. It protects boars, male hogs. So, anyway, that's Wilbur wrong side out. And this is what's left of Wilbur. I don't know how to give you much perspective, but I am going to show you me next to Wilbur. It is sorely disappointing. This is a ham. That right there, that's a whole rear ham where my hand is. This is a whole front shoulder. Boy, this is horrible camera work. I'm going to have to work on this. Whole front shoulder right there with my hand. And this is the most disappointing bacon you have ever seen. If you were hoping for big, thick bacon, that's it, my friends. It's about as thick as my finger is. Let's see. There we go. And if you went and bought bacon that was 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch wide, you can make it as long as you want. I can make 15-inch bacon you won't even be able to put in a frying pan. Turn this. So, super disappointing. You can see his legs. That's how big they are, right there. Little bitty fellas. You can cure that for ham hocks if you wanted to. Couple up here. You can see they're small. 1 or 2 little ones. Small ham. This right now probably doesn't weigh 40 pounds. There's his whole back, right? Right here's his tailbone, about where the end of the loins end, and 2 hands down and you're past the other end of it. Probably 14 inches of pork chops and back straps out of there. The ribs are tiny. The ribs are right there. They start right here where my hand are and end right here. They are 6 or 7 inches long. If you can see in there, you can get them a little longer. You might get 12 inches of ribs out of there. Not much. So what else is Wilbur good for? Well, anytime I butcher, I remove the heart, the liver, the kidneys, and the lungs, and some of the scraps, and I put it off in a bucket. And I've got a friend at work. She turns it, grinds it up, freezes it later, grinds it up, mixes it with broth and rice and what have you, and makes her own dog food. Super healthy dog food. She doesn't get as much as the pork, but she loves the beef. I give it all to her and she sorts it out and thins it to whatever ratio she likes, so that she's not getting her dogs too much fat at any one time. So this is it. Wilbur is, he might, would be really close. He's about 36 inches long from the top of those hocks all the way down to the base of his neck down there. And that's it. A regular hog would be over 5 feet long, between 5 and 6 feet long, would be 4 times this size around, and would weigh at this point about 150 pounds to 175 pounds, somewhere in that ballpark. When I cut the halves, they're anywhere between 80 and 120 pounds a half. So Wilbur weighed over 100 pounds to start with, and he's going to weigh about 40 pounds now, maybe 45. And when I'm done getting the bones out of the way, I'm going to have about 20 or 25 pounds of sausage, maybe a couple other cuts, but not much. Not much. So there was the monster at the end of the book, for those of you who know the Grover story. Not much of a monster, it's more of a pig. Just like the one at the end of that book is not really a monster. Anyway, the moral of this story is, don't be a pot-bellied pig. They might be fine pets. Lots of people enjoy them. But if you're looking for home butchering, pot-bellied pig is not a good way to make any sort of money. You're going to put way less feed into a way bigger hog and have way better product than you'll get out of a pot-bellied. If you get it free like this, I got a couple hours in this. I'll have a couple hours getting it all finished. And I'll end up with 20 or 25 pounds of sausage and maybe a few pork chops, maybe. I kind of doubt it, but we'll see how big they are when I cut them out. If you were a deer hunter, this is the size of a yearling this fall. I mean, you got 40 pounds hanging here, 50 at best, just like a yearling. So you can imagine the size of the back straps and the size of the legs and all of it. That's what you got right here. So don't waste your feed, don't waste your time if this is for processing. If it's for enjoyment on your farm, raise whatever you like. If it's a pet at home, don't you dare butcher it, right? That's your friend. live long and prosper, as Spock would say. But if you're given one for free, maybe now you've got some ideas what you might do with it. It'd be a good starter project. If you got one for free and you've never done a pig, this is about as unintimidating as you're going to get. Especially if you can get a female. Won't have that big plate in the way, be easier to skin. Hang it up. If you can do a deer, you can do this. Cut everything off the bone, grind it into sausage, who cares? As I have often said, in the butchering world, when it comes to pigs, there are no mistakes. There's only more sausage. In this case, it's all sausage. Thank you all for stopping by. As always, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Gotta love them thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Hit the bell notification icon. If you like it, you got a question, leave me a comment. Shoot me a message. Maybe I can help you out. I'm always glad to share my knowledge. Love you guys. Thanks for stopping by to Phillips on the Farm.